Last Tuesday, January the 17th, the entire pro wrestling community was saddened and shocked to learn of the unexpected death of 38-year-old Ring of Honor current tag team champion and former world champion Alvin Pugh, known worldwide to the wrestling world as Jay Briscoe, at 38 years old. Jay was driving his 9-year-old and 13-year-old daughters, Grace and Jay Lee, back from cheerleading practice when another driver crossed the center line, killing Jay Briscoe instantly. Both girls rushed to the hospital, both in critical condition, and had surgery. They are improving, but are still in the hospital. Besides Grace and Jay Lee, he is survived by his wife Ashley, son Gannon, brother Mark, and his parents. The wrestling world, fans, promoters, wrestlers, referees are all rallying around the Pugh Briscoe family as they deal with their loss and the injury of the girls. Several fundraisers. The main fundraiser is at Gives, and we'll put that on the screen right now as we'll put that givesendgo.com/Pew Love. Folks, so far, $280,000 have been raised for the Pugh family, including donations by Chris Jericho, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Kevin Owens from the WWE, Adam Cole, Jim Cornette, and Stacy Cornette. You can also go, as we have the graphic on the screen right now, you can go to shopaew.com. 100% of the proceeds of this t-shirt for $24.99 reach for the skies. To me, for just a second, Adam, to me, for just a second. Sure, I'm a wrestling promoter. And sure, I come out and I promote different events I'm going to be, and I promote, certainly, as you know, I promote my book and different things. This situation, I'm telling you, folks, I've never heard anything about Jay Briscoe other than he was one of the best fathers they could ever be. You can look at the video that is up there on YouTube. It will tug at your heartstring. It will tug at you, people. I can promise you. Absolute. Big, strong, 250-pound Jay Briscoe doing a dance routine, cheerleading routine, helping his girls practice. It is absolutely heartbroken that these three kids and the wife are now without their father. Think about it, folks. A lot of medical expensive, funeral expensive, all kind of thing. Loss of income, major loss of income. Go to givesendgo.com/Pew Love or go to shop AEW and purchase that t-shirt. And I want you to think of one thing. I want you to think of one thing as you think. Should I go ahead and send $5 or $10 or like Jericho, 15 grand. These folks are in need. And this is what the image that I want you to think of when you sit down thinking what you could do. This is the two girls, Grace and Jay Lee, in the hospital holding hands. They've lost their father. To recently, they've been in critical condition. Very sad. Consider giving. GiveSendGo.com/PewLove or shop AEW. Our prayers and thoughts are with the Pew Briscoe family. You're in our prayers.
Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. The Power Hour.
Hello, everybody. Radio's and Adam Dunn. We're ready to go with the Power Hour. A lot of action coming up on this show today. However, I thought it was beyond important and critical to start the show like we did. I just absolutely, my heart goes out. My heart goes out to the Pew family. Folks, pro wrestling, it's going on. It's going on with the Power Hour today and right now on the USA Network. It is Raw 30, the 30th edition. Jerry Lawler will be there tonight. Hulk Hogan will be there tonight. Ric Flair will be there. DX, all kinds of folks on Raw, the WWE Raw show, Raw 30, coming up, the 30th anniversary show, and it is on the air right now, live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is the Go Home Show for the 2023 Royal Rumble this coming Saturday night on the Peacock Network. So Monday Night Raw, we'll try to keep you, if anything breaking happens on that show, let me know in comments, and I'll try to keep my eye on the screen, and we'll get to go with that in a minute. I want to bring in the traveling man. Every time I look around, Adam Dunn is going on a trip. He's going to do a lot of stuff. He has a other new piece of equipment that's not in master control right now, but a somber way to open the show that I thought it was very needed. But want to bring in Adam Dunn to say hello. Adam's going to catch us up on the comments of people saying hello or goodbye or maybe cussing us, whatever they're doing. Then Adam is going to do the preview of the show today, and then we're going to get right into it. Hey, Adam, what's going on?
Hey, good evening, Randy, and glad to be with you. And I think a great job on the touching tribute there and the information for Jay Briscoe. Certainly a sad, sad time for the family. And we'll throughout the show, we'll give that information a couple more times just in case you missed it right here off the top. But hey, we're here for the Power Hour, and we're going to get into what we're talking about tonight. Is going to be the March 20th, 1999 edition of Power Pro Wrestling. We're going to kick it off with Michael Hayes going against Big Baldo. We'll see the Glenn Coco will be around. We'll have a studio interview with Lawler, and we'll get a video from the Fabulous Ones. Kurt Angle makes his debut. We'll see that. He'll be in the match against the Yellow Jacket. We'll also see the debut of sensational Steve Bradley as he goes against Bulldog Reigns. Kid Wicked and Derek King will be going against Vic Grimes and Aaron O'Grady. We find out who is bringing the Fabs back to town. And Randy has a challenge for Dave and Corey that we'll see also in the show as well. So a big power hour coming up, and lots of people in here already saying hi to us. Jeff Frog Wheeler, of course, Paniti, Richard Harrington, Al Tuttle, Andrew Calvin Jr., Greg Zilla watching us on Twitch, and Stephen Goad says hello, Randy Hales and Adam. So that's everyone who said hello to us so far on the Power Hour tonight, Randy.
Al says that Monday Night Raw tonight started off with Hulk Hogan, and then here comes Roman and the Bloodline. So very interesting way with Hulk Hogan starting Monday Night Raw. It's the Power Hour where we watch Power Pro Wrestling, the debut of Kurt Angle, and much more. And we'll go back to show number 49 and see this awesome show, the Power Hour.
Camera on us right here? Right now. Okay, it's on. I want you to follow me right here, Bruce. Do like you tell me. You two idiots hold up right now. Stop, you're putting this ring up right now, and look at here. You don't need to see this, but this ring is not Power Pro's ring. Randy Hales, me, I bought this personally.
Hear that, Mel?
So, Bruno, get that. Here we go.
Come on. Help me now. You work for us now. Get this out of here.
Come on.
Take the ring down.
Here.
Take it down.
Take the ring down.
No.
Who's supposed to be in charge here? Is that no good, Brandon Baxter?
Yeah. Why ain't in charge no more?
Because he's not putting this ring up. He's not putting this ring up at all.
Right.
Bruno,
Whatever you say.
go get this idiot. I bought this ring with my own money, my personal money, not the company money. Hey, there he is. There is the idiot.
What's the problem now,
I want you to look right here. This is not your ring, the Power Pro ring.
This is a Power Pro.
This is Randy Hales. I can give you the cancel. There you go. Get him out. Get him out of here. Get out of here. Get them out of here. There you go.
Get out of here. Get that camera. Get out of here. Get up. You tell Michael Hayes that's my belt. That's my belt. You understand?
Hello again, everybody. Dave Brown and Corey Macklin here at ringside. Well, we've been very excited about today's show, but now suddenly there's a cloud hanging over it after you saw what just happened about an hour and a half ago right here at TV5 in our studios.
Isn't that ridiculous?
It is indeed. There's no doubt about it. We were Brandon Baxter's shoulder already hurt. I'm not sure what they hurt the other one. He's been taken to the hospital and to be checked over there. Baldo, Randy Hay. Obviously, a hostile takeover underway as they couldn't win it back fair and square.
We were excited
control of it.
about the big announcement, the return of two of the biggest stars in the history of Memphis wrestling. Still
Yeah.
excited about that.
We'll tell you about that.
Yeah, we'll tell you about that. Also, today we got the debut of the 96 Olympic gold medal winner, Kurt Angle. He's right here today on the Power Hour, and we got a brand new Young Guns champion, huh?
Yeah, and I hear he looked very good in a triple threat match. We will be introducing you to Steve Bradley, if you haven't already met him, coming up in just a moment. Here comes Michael Hayes.
Here he is! The fabulous Freebird! Michael P.S.A.
Talking about charisma, the Freebird, Michael Hayes. Good evening, Rod. What's going on?
I had such a good time after we took care
Al Tuttle says 39 years ago, Hogan changed the business, winning the WWF title from the Iron Sheik.
Needless to say, P.S. got no sleep last night. Now, I thought this was going to be a nice day, a celebratorial day. But no. And you want to know why? Because that butt-ugly Randy Hales does not get the message. Now, I told you when I first came here that Brandon Baxter was like family to me. And let me tell you one thing you can count on in life. That's your family. Now, you seem to be obsessed with getting back your company, but you ain't figured it out yet. I am your worst nightmare. Look at you. Look what has happened to you since you started messing with me. You've lost your hair, and that was a bit of an improvement. You have lost your company, and now you're desperate. Well, Brandon knows when you're in a war, sometimes there's going to be casualties. But let's get down to the truth of the matter. Who you want is me. And where I am right now is here, and there's no better time than right now, Randy Hales. So get them all out.
I heard that.
Get them all out here. Let's get it done right now, right?
Hey, Michael Hayes, listen up. It's Randy Hales, the man back in control. Brandon Baxter was taken to the hospital back in control. Well, let me tell you something. You don't call the shots around here, Michael Hayes. I do. You're demanding we come out. Well, let me tell you something. Make it worth our while. The only way Baldo will come out is you give us a title match right here today on this TV where we get our title back, where we can get the Power Pro title back where it belongs, or he's not coming, Michael Hayes.
Let me tell you, Randy Hales, you need to remember this. Whose house is it? You want to see the title on the line right now? Let's do it.
He said,
Hey,
let's do it,
we'll
Randy.
get that Baldo. Play Baldo's music over there, Audio Goof, and we'll have this match right now.
Well, Randy Hales has got his wish today, Dave. Baldo's got a shot at that Power Pro heavyweight title once again, as the big guy held it some time ago. He lost it to Michael Hayes. So we got a championship bout to start things off, buddy.
Yes, we do. Michael B.S. Hayes not backing up at all. He says, you want the title on the line? Let's do it. And he's in there in his street clothes against the big and dangerous Baldo.
Yeah, Michael Hayes putting it to the big guy, Michael B.S. Hayes. The Freebird going after him with a big elbow, backs him up, puts him into the ropes now. Close line from Michael Hayes. Hey, Dave, that new Young Guns champion, sensational Steve Brantley, here today. Exciting to watch him last night down in New Daisy. I mean, this guy's impressive. Look at Bruno.
Bruno trips Michael Hayes. And Baldo seizes the opportunity and also seizes Michael by the throat.
Sure does. Oh, and Baldo shoves the referee down.
And I tell you, Hales and his syndicate guys running wild here today.
Yeah, but you know, that syndicate is disbanded now after that battle.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the people who were in the syndicate, like Baldo here.
We'll tell you more later on, but Sean Stasiak
Gone.
is history. Yes,
Outta
sir. He's out of here. Adios for Stasiak. He's out of Power Pro after that big bout last night. The pay the price match. Big crowd on hand down in New Daisy on the Fan Appreciation Night. Thanks for all of the support down there. So look at that. He missed it.
Michael Hayes was gone when Baldo hit nothing but the mat. And now the Freebird takes control. There's a cover. What's Bruno doing in there?
Bruno jumps in. Referee calls for the bell. Whoa. Michael clocks Bruno. Here comes Vicious Big Grimes.
He grabs Hayes from behind. Hayes ducks under. Grabs Grimes. Down to the mat he goes. And Michael Hayes still in control. It's 3 against 1. Grimes rolling out of the ring. Here comes Streak.
Yeah, Streak goes up to Grimes. That'll even things up.
Yep. Here's Randy Hales out to, he's climbing up on the ring apron. He's in the ring. He jumps on Hayes' back.
Whoa! He snaps Randy over. Uh-oh! He's got that strap. Talk about Bad Street. Randy Hales is finding out how bad he is.
I hear the Bad Street music there, too. Hayes really working over Randy Randy Hales. Randy had no business getting up. Randy had no business doing a lot of things he's done today. Going back to attacking Brandon Baxter. There comes somebody through the curtain. Bruno sits into the ring.
Hey, Michael's looks like he's happy to see the guy.
They know each other, yeah.
High five. Wonder who this is, Dave.
I don't know. Looks like it'll be a lot more even than it was a few minutes ago, though.
Oh, instead of Mike. Hey!
This guy's attacking Michael now.
What in the world? He's got Michael Hayes. Oh.
Hey, Frank Seaton, thanks for watching.
Randy Hales
What
yelling.
kind of stuff is that?
Randy Hales yelling, when I say we have a plan, we always have a plan.
Yeah, they got a plan, all right. This guy came in. Michael Dave looked very excited to see
Hey,
him.
Tanner, what's going on, my man?
And the whole work. And now look at this. Oh, with
no.
the chair. Come on.
They're trying to hurt that leg. And it looks like they're doing a good job of it. Michael Hayes being held down by Baldo, while whoever this guy is hammers it. Now they switch. Baldo with a chair.
Yeah, there goes Baldo out.
Michael Hayes, that left leg, in distress.
And Baldo comes back, got handcuffed.
Got handcuffs and just threw in the ring.
Going too far.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's gone too far a long time ago.
Come on, Randy.
Who that guy is?
Hey, William, what's going on?
Because Michael, I mean, he's like happy to see him give him the...
They've got Michael handcuffed. They've got him cuffed.
What is that for?
And this could be real bad trouble here. Here comes Mick Tierney in. Tierney over. Directing traffic.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. It looks even worse for Michael Hayes. They take him out of the studio.
This is the plan. What's this? This is the plan. What's this right now? What's this, people?
They're taking him outside.
Shut up, Dave Brown.
The plan. What's the plan? Thank you, William. I love you too.
I was a lot happier than I am right
Glenn
now.
Colca,
RV,
a WWE developmental guy.
They just put him in the back seat of an RV and they drove him off.
What? He's going to be deputy. What? I didn't think I'd do that.
Randy, I'll tell you
Get
what.
my guys back here and you come out here right now. That's the order.
I'm not... Come on,
You
Will.
don't run this place anymore. Brandon does, remember. Well, we'll come out here, but you don't order us around because you're not in control of this.
No,
keep in
that's
mind.
right.
You're taking control, but you don't have it.
You say I'm not in control? What happened to Brandon Baxter?
He got hurt because of your thug.
Michael Hayes.
I don't know where he is.
Let me tell you something. We got a lot of things going. I lost my hair, I lost my company, and I'm taking it back. I found this man that played football in the Canadian Football League. Too rough for the NFL, and the best part of it, this is Michael Hayes' cousin, brother. But Buddy talks because he's been held back and overshadowed by Michael Hayes that wouldn't help him. You tell him quickly, brother, what you gonna do.
I tell everybody here what I'm going to do. First off, I want to get something clear. Hey, my name is Glenn Colca. Everybody here will remember that name. I will tell you another thing. I played professional football for 11 years. I never got the respect I deserve, ever. Michael Hayes, where were you helping my family?
Maybe a cup of coffee in the NFL. Had a pretty good run in the Canadian Football
Did you
League.
help me when I was in prison? No. Michael Hayes, did you help me when my mama was down? No. So your blood is not thick. It's very thick, and it's spilled on the asphalt outside in the parking lot.
That's exactly right. And you're intense, aren't you, baby? You'll do it to it, right?
I tell people here, the one thing I will promise everybody here is what Glenn Colca says, Glenn Colca does. I am not here to mix my words. I am not here to mess around with any one of you. I don't care whether you love me or you hate me.
No,
But this
Tanner,
year,
he did not make it to the WWE.
The Vine
That was a shame.
back to wrestling.
Little,
That's it. That's enough of that.
he wasn't real polished, but I think there was potential with
Let
it.
me tell you, we need to take a break.
Yeah, we got to take a break.
Real quick, I'm tired of you trying to run the show. I'm tired of you. You play rough shot and big shot, and you tell lies and sit behind this desk. How about this for a challenge, people, later in the show? Me and Downtown Bruno challenges you and you right now.
Oh, get out of here. Challenge all you want to. I'll get it. I tell you, about had it with both of you anyway, but I'm not getting in the ring with you. Mean as in. Get out of here. Cut a break.
People are coming from miles around to the spring cleaning sale going on right now at Graceland Dodge.
Adam,
Hi,
it's
I'm
a good
Michelle, and
time
we have a
for you to answer some critics so I don't have to again after again. Some people, including some big fat guy that lives in Jonesboro, always knocking me
Oh,
for
these
how
guys
much
attacking Street back in the
time
present,
I
back here.
was on the
That's,
television.
what's his name?
Will
Clint
you
Colton?
explain
Colton's
to
back
the
there.
people
Ball,
in
big
your
right, yeah.
mind
And look at Bruno right
why
there
I
leading
put
way
the
here.
WWE
Street in the back.
developmental guys
That's back
in
the
my
locker
group?
room, in the
Yeah,
dressing room.
it is back in the locker area.
Well, I would say
Yeah,
obviously
Randy's
bringing
just
him in
upset
as
that he didn't
heel
have
to
the
go
coach.
against
I know.
He's out.
someone
I tell you, what's going
who
on
they
here
could
today
work
is
against
just
Lawler
terrible.
being the
Really
babyface
is.
at
Well,
the time. And
let's
plus,
take a look at some action
clearly
to
you're
calm
kind of
things down
out there
just a little
able
bit
to
here,
give
maybe.
them direction
From the
on
8-man
live
tag
television.
match last night at the New Daisy Theater, the one with the stipulations
Somebody
and,
like you
and
that
all
they
of
can
that
work
sort of
with
thing.
than someone
Stasiak
else
lost.
that they can
He's
program
gone
with.
from Power Pro Wrestling. He's
And
out of here.
as
Let's take a
far
look
as
at the highlights.
the people would know me, and they could use my heat to get heat on themselves.
And Stacy comes in, and she's talking to Sean. Stacy talking to.
Now, that's not very Saturday morning friendly.
Hey, wait a minute. Lawler rolls him up.
Simple finish.
Music. Don't play that
People
music. I have something
went
to say.
banana.
Hey, people, Randy Hales is in control. Brandon Baxter gone. Michael Hayes gone. Straight's gone. It's a great day. And remember, Dave Brown and Corey Macklin, if you have any guts, you'll face me and Bruno, you, Dave Brown, you, Corey Macklin today. Now turn that music back on.
Randy, you can. Here comes the king with Stacy. Got to be pretty happy about the fact that Mr. Stasiak is no longer around. He pulled out all the stops, even had the king down early on, as you saw. But the net result is Sean Stasiak is history in PPW.
Watch your feet, Dave. I don't want to step on your feet or anything. Let me just say this. You know, it was a good feeling that Streak didn't have to leave. It was a good feeling to see Vic Grimes eat dog food. But the really good feeling was the fact that we finally got rid, once and for all, of Sean Stasiak. I mean, to have him history.
He's been a problem.
So, I'm just happy that he's gone. Are you? What about you? Happy that he's gone?
Oh, of course I am.
Well, I think a lot of folks are happy he's gone. And but before we go,
You remember the last line in the movie King Kong?
What do I remember? The last line of the movie King Kong.
You saw that movie, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw it. What?
You remember the line?
No, I don't.
Come on. It was beauty that killed the beast.
okay. Well, we'll sort this one out. But look, I got a letter here. Let me just read this thing. It's going to take a second. It says, to Dave Brown. Dave, we would appreciate if you would read this letter on the air. And when you do, have Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee with you. Bill is not here. No. But Jerry Lawler is here, of course. And play the videotape we're sending. After a long and successful career, it is easy to sit back and look at the success you have had and not ever think about regrets. That's real easy. But to be honest, you have to think about what could have happened. For years in Memphis, we dominated. We went through everybody. Over 10 years after the fact, when you talk about tag team wrestling, you think about us. We know, and we think the people know, we are the best that Memphis has ever seen. But we hear the talk. We heard it then. We hear it now. Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee say they are the greatest tag team Memphis wrestling has ever seen. We say we are. This is the match that Jerry Jarrett and Eddie Marlin would refuse to sign. They were afraid to sign. This is the match that would prove the point once and for all. Dave Brown, through you, we issue this challenge. Someone very important in Power Pro Wrestling has made a phone call. They have stirred up our memories. They have put fire in the places we would have never thought we would have had to deal with. We are the greatest team ever in Memphis wrestling. Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee think they are the biggest stars in Memphis wrestling. You tell us the date, any time, any place. We will prove it once and for all, and it is signed, Stan Lane, Steve Kern, the Fabulous Ones. And now, show the video, they say.
Because of potential copyright violations, Adam is muting this video. This video put together by my good friend, Hendersonville, Tennessee, Randy West, back in the day. So many. He put away. There's the Fabulous Ones with Jackie Fargo with the strut. See the great reaction to the people at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. Road Warriors. Just great times on Talking Memphis Wrestling. We're doing 1983, 84, 85 right now on Talking Memphis Wrestling. So we have some good stuff coming up for you tomorrow night on Talking Memphis Wrestling.
Bill Dundee and I are running all around town claiming to be the greatest tag team in history. I don't think that's the case. I think that Bill Dundee and I have probably been, if you look at a one-loss record, the most successful tag team ever in Memphis, Tennessee. You know, certainly the Fabulous Ones were a great team. When they were guided by the fabulous Jackie Fargo, they were really something. But you know what Stan Lane and Steve Kern need to remember is, he said something up here about this is the match Jerry Jarrett was afraid to sign. Well, these guys need to remember that it was me and Jerry Jarrett that put a struggling, nothing happening Stan Lane together with a kind of a renegade, also nothing happening Steve Kern, who were wrestling single matches going absolutely nowhere. Curtain jerkers is what you'd call them. They were on the first match every night. We put those two guys together, and they became, it was a magic combination. I mean, you know, if anything, instead of writing a letter to challenge me, they should be writing me a letter thanking me for the money that they made, for the success that they had. But to be perfectly honest with you, I never, once they became the Fabulous Ones, once they became the big shots, never one time did they look back and say, hey, thanks, King. Hey, thanks, Jerry Jarrett. No, as a matter of fact, I remember the night in Louisville, Kentucky, when they walked out of this territory after making the biggest payoff that any two wrestlers had ever made in the history of this territory. They said, hey, this ain't enough, and they walked off. So let me tell you something, Stan Lane and Steve Kern. I think I can speak for Bill Dundee, even though he's not here right now. Yeah, you're right. We do consider ourselves the best tag team that's ever been in this ring in Memphis, Tennessee. And if you guys want to come back to Memphis, if somebody's called you up and invited you back to Memphis, well, let me add 2 more invitations. Me and the Superstar will be right there as your welcoming committee. So come on back to Memphis, and we will prove who is the best tag team ever. Now, Dave, maybe you can give them a call, or whoever it is that called them before, and tell them, come on down and see us sometime, boys, okay?
All right, sounds like the match is made. The King and the Superstar will be going against the Fabulous One. Hey, we got more action coming up on the Power Hour. The Olympic medal winner, Kurt
We talked a
Angle,
couple weeks
will
ago,
be here
Adam,
when we
the
return.
transition going from Stasiak to Lawler's next story. What did you think about this?
Well, I thought it was certainly kind of out of nowhere. Stan Lane and Steve Kern, definitely something to come in and go against both Superstar and the King. And now here we're going to have Kurt Angle coming out here making his big debut.
All right, Bruno, leave us alone here.
He's also won the gold medal in the Olympics there in the 96 Olympics. There he is, the Olympic gold medal winner, Kurt Angle.
Now a part of Power Pro Wrestling.
It's time to get close. It's time to represent. Tell the bell ringer what time is it.
You ain't the
I
bell
told the
ringer.
story about this promo before. I talked to him and said, we want to establish you because the WWE wanted him to be a baby face. I gave him a promo,
You got that right.
and this is what we got out of it.
Let's see if I can get around
Now,
these
he
words
said the
real quick.
words that I told him to say,
Yeah, he's
the baby face part,
Kurt Angle.
he didn't get
Welcome, Kurt.
as you listen
Power
to this
Pro
interview.
Wrestling.
It's great to be here.
Good to have you.
You know, one thing I want to say is this is my first appearance here on Power Pro Television. And it's great to be down here in Tennessee. And up at the WWF, they've been talking to me about
Hello,
how
Richard.
tough it is down
What's
here in the
going
Power Pro
on, my
circuit,
man?
So I'm really looking forward to the challenge. And in 1996, I won the Olympic gold medal, and I represented my country, the United States of America.
Great.
And I proved to the whole world I was the best, the very best. Well, now it's 1999, and here I am in the pro ranks. And once again, I'm going to prove that I am the very best here in the pros. And you know, I got down here on Friday. I came down here on Friday, and many of the wrestlers have been speaking their minds, stating that I should stick with the amateur ranks and stay out of the big time. I don't think so. I have a little message for these
All
wrestlers.
right, Richard.
Nobody
Hope you're
tells Kurt Angle
enjoying the
what to do.
Power Hour, the
That's
Kurt
right.
Angle
And
debut.
nobody, and I mean nobody, gets over on Kurt Angle. So when I get in this ring, I'm going to prove to these guys, I'm going to end this match as quickly as possible because, one, I am the very best. That's right. That's right. I am the best. Let's hear it.
There's where Kurt's going awry on.
And like I said before,
Yeah.
I don't like to waste any time. And these guys, they're not worth the time.
Kurt Angle, 96 Olympic gold medal
I think
winner.
I remember him saying somewhere early on, as far as being a wrestler, before he got into wrestling, he really liked Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I think it could be one of the only times you see him wearing a vest when he come out there, very similar to how Steve Austin had a vest.
No, we're not going to do that. Just leave it alone. Hey, look at this. That's a 3 count.
That was quick. Ring the bell again. One.
Kurt Angle, impressive debut appearance over Adam Dunn's best friend,
I
the
was
Yellow
going to say,
Jacket.
that made you happy.
Look, I about had it with you. We may pick you up and throw you out of here, but we're not going in there in the main event.
No, we're not going to wrestle.
First
We're
match
announcers. That's what we
in
get
front of
paid to do
people
right now. We get
Kurt
paid by
Angle
Brandon
ever had,
Baxter,
Adam.
And not by you and Randy
As
Hayes.
far as I
I know
know.
what time it is. It's time that you two are scared of me and Randy Hill. I know what time it is.
All right, what's going on? Vic Grimes and Aaron O'Grady out in the
Yes,
hall.
Panini, it was.
on those fence building rocks in the club, I would have had the belts around my waist. It has everything to do with it. Get your mind in the game. Listen to me, I'll take the belt. I'm gonna.
Do you have good credit?
I think they noticed that they messed up and put the Fabulous Ones graphic up against them. I think before it ever got
1960
Union
Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38104.
Uh-huh. Back
Yes,
on the
and
Power
we got
Hour.
out of
Hey,
it
we'd
real
love to have you here. Be sure to
Love
write
to
for
have
those
you.
tickets.
Great crowd here today. We got the Dave Brown Fan Club.
Thank you.
All of the signage and everything. I mean, it's great.
Oh my goodness, we've got. Hey, don't forget the challenge that was made. Stan Lane, Steve Kern, the Fabulous Ones, open contract. They will be here. That match is going to be signed.
Looking forward to seeing the fans back. I got to tell you, they were always excited to watch whenever they're in the wrestling ring.
It'll be good. Now, let's take a look at the situation. First of all, the email address. If you can send email to Power Pro Wrestling.
Adam, who? I got a Facebook message here, and I think I know what it was. Who was the last Power Pro champion?
You can contact in
was it
order. to
I want to say Pete
have a
Gass.
fundraiser for your
That's
group
what
or
I thought,
organization.
too.
And
Yeah, I
here's
believe it was
the,
Pete Gass was the last
web
champion.
page. Now this is not the email address. This is the web page. You get news, you can get results, all sorts of things.
Of course,
Just
while
go
they're
to,
talking about
well, you
old
see it
phone
right
numbers
there.
and old
Power Pro
websites,
Wrestling is the
the
main
current
thing to
on the
remember.
screen
Yeah,
for
you're talking
everybody.
about having
All
great
right.
mini camps and that sort of thing. Kurt Angle's now living in Memphis, Olympic gold medalist. Got a lot of great wrestling schools here, high schools. That's a good idea right there.
That's
You
a
wanna
great
contact
idea.
Power Pro, yeah. Angle's now living here, so some of you high school coaches and some of the guys that are in the high school teams, that'll be a great approach to have Kurt Angle come and visit
Have an
you there.
Olympic gold medal winner
Yeah.
talk to your team. You can do it. Lady Luck Casino is coming up Thursday night, April 1st. Jerry the King Lawler, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, Stacy Superstar Bill Dundee. Match time 7 o'clock at Lady Luck.
Back in Memphis at the New Daisy, superstars of Power Pro Wrestling there when two worlds collide and the big main event, Stan and Steve, the fabulous one, back in Memphis, and they'll be here tangling up with the King and the Superstar. It's going to be a big night. This bout has never, ever been signed in Memphis. It's for the first time Friday, April 2nd.
It's something you're going to want to see. And in addition to all of that, in Jonesboro, Arkansas, Blood, Guts, and Glory, Saturday, April 3rd at the Earl Bell Community Center. 8 o'clock is wrestling time there. I tell you, Power Pro has really been going strong in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Pick those tickets up in advance so you will have some good seats for the action coming up on April 3rd in Jonesboro. The fabulous ones are going to show up in Jonesboro, too. So look out for that.
Got the range in that 10-foot cage also in Jonesboro. All Saturday, April 3. That's coming up right around Easter time.
Hey, Power Pro Wrestling on tour. Don't miss it when it's in your area, including the New Daisy Theater and the Earl Bell Community Center. Hey, a little music right here. I'm expecting, well, I think we're going to get to take a look at the new Young Guns champion.
Oh, yeah.
Up here.
I tell you, I got an opportunity to look at him last night down at New Daisy. Bulldog Reigns coming in now, and he's going to face the new Young Guns champion, talking about sensational Steve Bradley, young man Dave that wrestles out of Manchester, New Hampshire, and he's came into Power Pro, very highly recommended, and I've got to tell you, he really looked good last night. You got to give the devil his due. He really looked good.
In a triple threat match.
Yeah. Downtown Bruno's with him. That's not a good sight. There he is, the Young Guns champion. Sensational Steve Bradley coming to ringside, and he's sporting that Young Guns trophy.
Bono, the first ever Power Pro heavyweight champion. The second champion was Michael Hayes. The third was J.R. Smooth, a.k.a. Rikishi, and Kurt Angle, then Steve Bradley, and then who after Steve Bradley, Adam?
If you don't mind. We want to listen to a couple of
sure,
words that Bradley had to say a little bit earlier. Here's Steve Bradley.
Bruno, you've just been a pain today.
Spectacular. Stupendous. Sensational. All adjectives to describe Steve Bradley. You know, 2 days ago I walked in here to Tennessee, all the way from the greatest union on the planet, New England, and 48 hours later, I end up the Power Pro Wrestling Young Guns champion. Sometimes it's just
There
too
is
easy.
no
And
holes
when you're
at
Steve
all
Bradley,
in
it's
Steve
always
Bradley's work.
too
We all
easy.
thought, man, he's going to be the
Well,
next
he does
big
not
thing
act for
in the
confidence.
WWE. It
There's no
just
doubt
never
about it.
happened.
Steve Bradley, the Young Guns champion. And the very rude downtown Bruno over here. I tell you about had it with you, Bruno.
I tell you.
Both of us have. You're not a young gun. You're over the hill is what you are, huh? Down the road, anyway.
Flying fresh from Bradley.
Answer your question,
Flash is
Vic
the big
Braun.
Bulldog Reigns.
I don't remember
Big
that.
guy to Carlton, Georgia.
Then Steve Bradley, and then Rico Constantino.
Reunited
That was in
issuing a challenge. They were contacted
Cornette's
by somebody. I
booking.
wonder who. I tell you, it wasn't me
Yes.
that contacted them. Even though they sent me the letter, someone contacted them. We don't know who.
And they said someone from Power Pro, though.
Yeah.
Someone here.
Yeah, and they issued the challenge, which has been accepted.
Steve
by Jerry
Bradley was
Lawler
born on my
and
14th birthday, December the 10th, 1975 in Boston. He passed away December the 4th, 2008, unfortunately, 32 years old.
Bradley now. Bulldogs up on the ropes. Look out.
Were you impressed with Steve Bradley, Adam?
Oh, absolutely. Just like everyone else, I thought he was going to be destined to be a WWE superstar. And Greg said he saw in the second time around when he had Victoria, I like this first version of Steve Bradley a little bit.
We will be back with the tag titles on the line.
Yes, I did too. He was desperate because the way he was the first time, the WWE never brought him up to the main roster, and so he's thinking, I need to something different.
We got the belts right. Go ahead and do it. The belts are held up too. Yes, indeed.
Why was my microphone
We got
muted?
a match here today to determine who the tag team champions are in Power Pro Wrestling. Kid Wicket, Derek King, winners of the belt.
Maybe it was calling you
last night at the New Days.
a host. Did you move your own audio?
Has the tag team belts except
I
for
have.
right
I've gone back and forth each time.
Here's Kid Wicket.
Well, so yeah, for some reason it lists us both as hosts.
These guys have battled each other. They also make pretty doggone good tag team.
Dave,
I'm good, kid.
what's really going on? I already know, Derek. You see, last night, down on Bill Street, after we successfully defended our tag titles, I turn around, and what happens? The belts were held up. Well, Randy Hales, let me tell you something. No matter how many big, green, developmental, wet behind the ear robots you bring to this territory, you will not stop Kid Wicked from being a champion. Because here today, I'm going to show them all that in the Memphis territory, things are done the Wicked way.
Kid Wicked, Derek King head for the ring, trying to regain the titles that they believe, and I got to agree with them, are rightfully theirs. The Power Pro Wrestling Tag Team Belt.
And their opponents coming today, Dave, are a couple of guys that didn't really want to wrestle together. Talking about Fish's Big Grind, Aaron O'Grady. They won that Battle Royal last night at 2 days in the opening bout. And they were the last two men standing, so they had to team up.
Yeah, there was sort of a forced marriage there between these two guys. And we saw in the hallway a few minutes ago, they're still not getting along. They don't want to be partners. Vic Grimes, I think, is just determined that he's going to hold the tag team belts. And so he's teamed up with O'Grady or whoever, and O'Grady is the one that was put together with him after the Battle Royal decision. All right, it's going to be Aaron O'Grady starting against Derek King.
Looks like Aubrey had to direct him to which corner to go to.
Knee to the midsection, whips him in. Look at
WWE
O'Grady coming
guys.
from behind. Into the ropes goes Derek King. He leaps over and comes back under. O'Grady misses again. That's twice. Look at that. Nice move from Derek King with the leg scissors high in the air. Whips him in hard into the turnbuckle. Goes running in. Nobody else.
Look out. Randy Hales, downtown Bruno, and
Coca along with
Glenn Coca. This guy that came in, we thought was a long-lost friend of Michael Hayes, but turns out he's a cousin who carries quite a bit of resentment to Michael. And he's in and making all sorts of threats.
I've forgotten the Glenn Coca cousin, Michael Hayes deal.
What are you guys doing?
I saw Jim Ross do this on Raw, and it worked. Now, people,
What did you think of Coca?
I told you that I'm back in control, and I'm sure you're thrilled.
Good size, had a great interview, and never really looked like you really got to that polished level.
Anyway, I told you it worked with Ross for a segment anyway.
Well, it doesn't always work.
And you guys can't even get straight. Coca's about to trip over the cord over here.
Now, let me ask you this. Was Brandon Baxter eliminated today, yes or no?
Brandon Baxter was hurt today thanks to you and your thumb who hurt him.
Eliminated?
Michael Hayes is gone. I don't know what happened to Michael Hayes except he was driven off here by you and your thumb.
Was driven off of me? When did I have time to leave? I've been running this show.
It was your thugs that did it, and you know it, and we know it, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, everybody knows
Greek is gone, and I'm telling you, you're sitting back here behind me like a bunch of cowards. bunch of fools, bunch of idiots.
We're not cowards. We're back here telling it like it is, and you know that, and everybody else knows that.
Yeah, look at Kid Wicked. He's going up to Bruno, and Coco nails him from behind. Now,
That's Bruno.
hey, come on.
It's a good day for me today.
Oh, come on now. He's grabbed that bell. That thing probably weighs 80 pounds.
I'm telling you, he just picked it up. Look out.
Watch it.
He's got
Watch
Kid
it, Corey.
Wicked. Slammed it right into the bell.
Slammed his face right into that bell.
Meanwhile, we got new champions, Dave. Big Grimes just pinned Eric King in the ring.
And we can't ring the bell. We can't get to it from here.
Referee has raised the hand of Grimes and O'Grady.
What? Thank you, Bruno. What an unlikely team of tag champions.
Bruno, present these belts. So there's the referee.
Kid Wicked is hurt. Right in the face, right in his nose. It looks like his nose is broken.
Tell the people what you do.
I told the people here when I came in, when Coca does what he says. I said I was going to bring viciousness and intensity back to the wrestling. But what have I done here today? I have wreaked carnage upon this wrestling, of pro wrestling, powerful wrestling.
That's exactly right. Look at this.
Al was watching Monday Night Raw. Who won the match? Al?
He's hurt. I probably broke his head. Let's get out of here.
Get out.
Oh, Dave is hot.
Mama says it feeds that way.
Don't get out of here. Well, that's enough.
Got a break. We'll be back.
It's the Power Hour. It's episode number 49. This is the Power Hour.
Corey,
We
just,
watch
just been
every
handed
week,
a note here during the break.
episodically,
It says, Dave,
week after week
I've
after
been
week.
opening mail all day.
I see.
It says, Dave, for years, Jerry Lawler has been the featured wrestler here in Memphis. He does not want to be overshadowed by anyone. My suggestion is to let the fans decide who they want to see. Let's not manipulate them. You wonder who it's from, who it is from Power Pro
yeah.
that has contacted the Fabulous Ones. Well, it was me, but it isn't signed.
No name. It just says it was me. Well, you've got mail, definitely.
Yeah, all day today it's been that way. Here, it's Stacy.
It was Stacy, you think?
I wonder, I don't know why she's here. I wonder if she's the one that sent the note. Here comes Stacy by herself. Is this from you? Are you the one who called the Fabulous One?
Yes, I am.
Ooh, how very interesting that you would call them in for such a challenge match.
Well, Dave, I told you a few weeks ago, I can make it on my own. I don't need Jerry Lawler. I don't need him to make it in this business.
Okay. Well, maybe I would agree with that. I mean, I know you mentioned Sable and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she's on the cover of Playboy magazine. Every time you turn the TV on, she's on Regis and Kathy Lee, Inside Edition. You know, I can do that. I can be in Playboy. Let me just prove it to you. There's a picture. Can you show the picture, please? Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's Hugh Hefner.
Yes, I am at the Playboy Mansion with Hugh Hefner. Look, he's got his arm around me and everything. We were talking. He was telling me all about the magazine. And then along comes Jerry Lawler. Horns in, right on in there, takes Hugh off from me and pushes me aside. Well, the Fabulous Ones have promised me they won't do that to me. They're going to put me right in the spotlight, where I belong.
Well, okay, maybe I'm beginning to understand then. You can be featured more with the Fabulous Ones and they won't...
You know, if it wasn't for me, Jerry Lawler would be in the syndicate right now.
Well, here it comes right here.
And I'm out of here.
And there she goes. Not a very happy person, obviously. Well, it's been that kind of day, fans.
I mean it has. What about that? I can't believe Stacy.
Stacy's the one that called them.
The Fabs.
And they're coming in. We'll be back with more of the Power Hour.
Check us out, of course, on Facebook. Randy.Hills.79, at RB Hills on Twitter, or at Randy Hills on YouTube. And I put the archives of these shows. Plus, I do lots in the past, a lot of information there on YouTube. YouTube.com/@Randy
Here they
Hills.
come back. Randy Hales, downtown Bruno, out here yelling and screaming all day today. a hostile takeover from Randy. We've seen plenty of you
There's
today.
less than 4 minutes left in this show, and let me tell you something. Dave Brown, you spent your whole life hiding behind a desk. Corey Macklin, you've spent your whole life doing the same thing. The way we've made in this business is by willing to take the risk. You are both cowards. You're both liars. You both don't deserve to be on this TV show. You both suck as announcers. You both suck as human beings.
Let me tell you, you can stand out here and insult us all you want to. We know what our job is. We do our job. We do it week after week. And you're not going to bait us up there into a match just because you're out here yelling as part of your power play here today. You're
my kids out of this way. They got nothing to do with this.
Hey, CJ, Corey Macklin's a cow.
Come on, Randy, now just cut it out.
Hey, Trail.
Everybody can see what's going on here.
This show's about.
Well, Dave, I know you got an image of holding. You're the head weather guy here. But these two guys, they're not going to bring my family in this. It's already been a tough week for me already.
Don't let him bait you into this. Don't let him do this to you.
I'll handle these two guys myself.
I don't have any doubts you can, but don't. Come on, Corey. No. This is not a good idea. There's no telling what they've got in mind. He's always talking about the plan. I wish you wouldn't do this.
They're getting Raymond.
Yes.
I'm back in control of Power Pro Wrestling. I'm back in control. How about this now, people? How about this now? How about this now? How about this? It's the Power Hour now. Get a camera shot back there. Get a camera shot back there and show Corey Macklin getting his brains out. That's what we showed you, Dave Brown. That's what we showed you. How about that, people? This is where we have it. That's where I can see it. And we're destroying Power Pro Wrestling. And we're
What a show. Comments, Adam Dunn.
Man, what show. Absolutely, man. My goodness. I mean, huge debuts with Kurt Angle, Steve Bradley, Glenn Kolka. No more Sean Stasiak. And now we've got Stacy bringing in the fabulous ones and some friction between her and Lawler, and no Dundee today. So, wow, what a amazing show. Absolutely. And hey, coming up now next week, we're going to have the March 27th edition. It's going to be RH and crew invade the announcer's desk to start us off. We'll see Glenn Kolka in his debut match. We'll get an interview from Michael Hayes. You saw Michael's run off earlier. Derek King has an interview. Kurt Angle will be going against Tony Falk. Lawler and Stacy have a confrontation. We'll see Big Baldo going against Streak. The Young Guns title will be on the line when Derek King goes up against sensational Steve Bradley. And we'll get a videotape interview of the Fabs. And in studio, we'll have Lawler and Dundee. And we get a huge surprise from Baldo coming up next week, Randy.
The Power Hour, it continues. The excitement, week after week after week. Hey, we're not done this week because it's tomorrow. It is Talking Memphis Wrestling, and it will be on at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. We will finish up 1983, and we will see the debut of Randy Savage at the end of 83. And then we will go ahead and look at the year 1984. We will see Tommy Rich and Eddie Gilbert against Phil Hickerson and the Spoiler. We will see Lawler pile drive Rick Rude's Ballet Angel. We will see Rick Rude smash Lawler's windshield. We will see the classic match. And I did commentary, Rock and Roll Express against the tag team of Savage and Popo. Randy Savage, Randy Popo, and you will see Tommy Rich bloodies up Eddie Gilbert, and an exciting brawl between Rude, Bundy, Hart, and Lawler against it was Rude, Bundy, Hart against Lawler and Savage. A big talking Memphis Wrestling Wednesday morning. Front row with Bud Road, 953theticket.com. Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock Central, 870-930-3776. We'll talk a little football. We may give our predictions on the games as we inch close, just a couple of weeks away from the Super Bowl. That's exciting as well. Remind everybody certainly that if you didn't get a chance to catch all this program today or any of our program, go to youtube.com/@RandyHales and check that out during the archives. I think that I want to start the way or finish the way we started as Adam, let's go ahead and go back to the fundraiser information as if we could put that up there right now for Alvin Pugh, Jay Briscoe. Folks, you can go Chop TNA and Reach for the Sky t-shirt. You can also go to that website, givesendgo.com/pewlove. $389,000 raised so far, but just extreme expensive there. You see the Pugh family and you see the two little girls, Jaylyn and Grace, in their hospital bed, and this gets me every time. One last thing to do, and I'm going to let Adam catch us up on comments. The peoples, Adam, what do the peoples have to say as we end the show today?
Well, we got some updates as we went along as well from Al Tuttle. He said that LA Knight said that no old timer has the guts to come out and face him. The Undertaker is coming out, so that's big news to have the Undertaker. But of course, it's the 30th anniversary, Raw 30 years of Monday Night Raw. So apparently, the Undertaker was on the show tonight. SK Lee thinks that the picture we saw of Hugh Hefner looks like Nick Goulas. So the picture that we saw of Hugh and Stacy earlier, Randy, that's pretty interesting. And yeah, just Al said, I think we mentioned this earlier, a great segment with the Bloodline, the Usos versus Judgment Day. So we were up against a big Monday Night Raw tonight, so we're glad all of you that were able to watch it and watch us both together at the same time. But like Randy said, of course, if you weren't able to or wanted to go back and watch it later, make sure you subscribe to Randy's YouTube channel and get all the notifications on that as well. Plus, it's youtube.com/@RandyHales.
We'll see you tomorrow night. You going to be here producing, being the genius behind it, Adam? You went away, but I'm assuming you will. You hadn't told me otherwise.
Yes, I will be here. There, I should be able to be around for that. No issues.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And now I will give a plug for as we say goodbye. Go to the USA Network, folks. Go to the USA Network and watch the final hour of the 30th edition of Raw is War. Until tomorrow night, for Adam Dunn, this is Randy Hales saying goodbye, everybody.